Alrighty, so I think that I'm recording right now. Welcome to the New Liberty Students Podcast. My name is Kyle Alonzo, and we are coming at you guys via Zoom. We're changing it up a little bit during this time because we're not able to get together in my office. So producer Matt is working, of course, because his job's still going on. But I'm joined here with a couple of people. I want to introduce a few of them to you. But before we do that, we have our guest on the show, and right now he's wearing a mask. So please introduce yourself.
Well, I've been gone a couple episodes, but I'm back. Sean Driscoll is back.
Yay!
Feel good. I'm back and recording again.
Yay!
Working on my quarantine beard here. So
nice. Sean, it's really excited to have you back.
I'm super excited to be back.
Sean had a little heart procedure about a month ago. A little over.
Not a little one, but yeah.
Yep.
So basically what happened was starting in about mid-February, I went to a doctor. They thought they heard what was called a heart murmur, which is kind of just an irregularity heartbeat. They went and did an echocardiogram, which is a sonogram of your heart, and found out that I didn't have just a murmur. I actually have what's called bicuspal valve, which means your heart valve normally has 3 flaps. Mine had 2. So it lets blood leak back into the heart, which kind of weakens it. I also had an aortic aneurysm, which means the aorta, which is the major artery, was leaking blood. Very bad because it can eventually just tear it up and you're in big trouble. So February 27th, which seems like forever ago, but I was almost 6 weeks ago, they went in and basically opened me up, fixed the aneurysm, and put a new heart valve, a mechanical heart valve in to replace that.
And you can actually hear it ticking, right?
The ticking sound. It's kind of like if you're very quiet and you're around me, it sounds like I've got a watch that's ticking really loud. So, but I feel better. I've actually, one of the side effects of what I had is you put on fluid, builds up around your chest and your body and your heart. I lost, in a month, I lost 60 pounds of fluid.
Gosh.
So that tells you how bad I was. They actually, when they got in there, they found out the aneurysm was actually a little worse than they thought it was. It was very good that I found out about it when I did.
Definitely.
So yeah, I've been quarantined for almost 6 weeks now. It's longer than anybody else here.
Yeah.
So I've gotten used to it. My brothers helped take care of me. I'm at my apartment. I stayed in the hospital for a week, and then they sent me home. So,
Awesome.
But I've been missing everybody. I've enjoyed when I get to visit with people. And I'm happy to be back on the podcast now.
Yes,
So.
well, we're really excited to have you back, Sean.
There we go.
We haven't recorded too many episodes without you.
No,
but
senior spotlights, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're really excited though about this podcast because it's a little different. We're doing more of like a video chat style via Zoom, and we got 4 guests on the show with us today. And we thought it'd be neat to bring in some students into the call because I know you guys don't have much to do, and so so we other than school and stuff, but we figured we'd talk to some students about what you guys are doing during this time, and you can offer up some encouraging words. We can have a little bit of fun together. I know I always have fun when I get around you guys. But what we're going to do is we're going to go around the circle and just introduce yourself, where you go to school, where you did go to school, I mean. And if you're homeschooled or whatever, kind of what you're up to right now. And then we'll get into some of these questions and get them rolling. So let's start off with the girl in the red shirt.
Which one? Two of them have red, Mr. Color.
Yeah.
If you're watching on video, how about the one to your left?
Well, I have the one on like where we're all
yours is different shuffled.
Yeah.
How about one with the longest hair?
Okay, I'm guessing that's me. I am Tyler Gorman. I go to Hudson Middle School, and I am 12 years old, and I've been going to New Liberty since I was a baby. And my dad used to be the pastor, and now he's a college pastor.
Good deal, good deal.
And Tyler's brother has actually been on 2 episodes here.
Yes.
Her brother's Sam. So he actually did the summer preview and was just recently on the Senior Spotlight.
Yeah, so go check those episodes out. Sam's
There
on
you go.
there.
That's episode 10 and 25.
There you go.
I did
And
research.
her other brother's name is Ben, so we got to give Ben a shout out. Hey Ben,
Yep.
everything's going good. So let's go to the other girl in the red shirt.
I think that's me.
That's you.
My name is Rhoda Clements, and I went to Brandenburg Middle School. I'm a sixth grader. My dad is a pastor of New Liberty, and I am the baby of 4 kids.
Nice.
And of course, her family has been all over this podcast. Her dad is Mark, who did our Bible study episode. Her mom, Jenny, who talked about community working together. Nathan did the summer preview, her brother. And then her sister was just on the Senior Spotlight as well with Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
So we're just missing Noah. Noah's been left out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we miss Noah. Tell Noah we said hi.
I will.
Are they any of your siblings getting on your nerves?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I
Let's
can
go to
relate.
Yeah, all of you guys have siblings. Let's move on to the other girl. Ladies first.
Head.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Charity. I am in 8th grade. I'm homeschooled. I'm a dancer that used to dance a lot.
Life is
I have
different now, huh?
older brother. He works at Fifth Avenue Nutrition, which is awesome.
I just picked up coffee from there the other day.
There you go.
Yeah, get
And
some
he
coffee, guys.
He
It's
came
delicious.
out to my car and he did curbside. It was really cool.
Yeah. Yep, that's my life right now.
Awesome. Good deal, Charity. I'm glad you're on. And then
Thanks.
last but not least, we have
Willis.
Hello, what's up? My name's Will. I'm in 8th grade. I went to Burnett Junior High, and honestly, not much is happening at my house right now. Just like playing video games and stuff. Just
how
chilling.
are all your dogs doing?
They're doing pretty good. And my grandma, she's like moved in, so now we have another dog.
Okay.
So we have 4 now.
What's is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy. His name is Zipper.
Zipper.
There
Nice.
we go.
Good deal. Man,
Will has 2 siblings, Jude and Lucy. And Jude was also on a previous episode. He was on our Winter Weekend recap.
that's right. He was on.
So 3. He was with the first one of almost everybody on here.
And now we just got to get Lucy on.
Yeah.
Sister. So I think all of you guys that are on have at least one sibling that has not been on.
Except for Charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for me.
Well,
The first one, yeah.
There you go.
But your brother hasn't been on, has he? Zach
No.
hasn't been on.
Nope, not yet.
Good deal. Well, hey, we're really excited that you guys are on the podcast. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to hang out with us for a little bit, us boring old guys.
There you
But
go.
it's basically, I just wanted to be able to bring in some students into the conversation because this is a students podcast. It's for students. And so we just wanted to talk with you guys about what's been going on the last couple of weeks, what your life looks like, and what God is up to. And so I'm going to hand it on over to Sean, and he's going to start going through kind of our topics for the episode.
So what we're kind of talking about is what everybody's having to deal with, which is the COVID world order. Kind of everybody on quarantine, stuck, not allowed to go out to places unless it's essential, like for food or medications or to see doctors, kind of like I get to do. That's my outings right now, is seeing doctors. But we realize kind of like that this is something that's going to eventually touch everybody somehow, other than just being stuck at home. So let me ask everybody here, kind of just first off, let's be honest with everybody here. Is it kind of just nerve-wracking, kind of what all is going on in the world? A little nervous?
Yeah.
Kind of how does that
Yeah.
make you feel? And kind of how does it make you feel, like that nervousness?
Or any emotions in general.
Yeah.
When you think of this, because you guys are coming at it where you're not losing your job or anything like that. You're going to handle it a lot different than adults would handle it. So everything that you've seen, how does it make you feel personally?
For me, I mean, like things have been canceled for me, so I'm kind of sad about that. Like my basketball season got canceled, so I can't do that, and like
Yeah.
things that I wanted to do have got canceled. But I mean, honestly, I'm fine with doing school at home because it's pretty nice. But it is pretty scary, like that this whole thing. And I mean, like, I don't think I'm not that scared just because like none of us are like sick or anything. But yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know of anybody that has gotten it, or know of anybody that knows some?
I think Shay, my brother's girlfriend, told us that her aunt's ex-husband has it. So I mean, but they're all the way in Florida, so.
Right. Yeah. I know Sean, what lady you work with, her dad got it, didn't he?
Yeah, her dad didn't, and he passed away with it. Yeah.
Gosh.
Scary.
It can be.
My dad's coworker, his daughter got it.
Wow. So she's probably pretty, I mean, she's pretty young, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, she's like 20-ish, which is
Okay.
pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what other emotions are you guys feeling during this time? So like everything's canceled. So literally, if you wanted to go to a concert, if you wanted to go eat in at a restaurant, you can't go do that. Charity, you're homeschooled. So how has life been different from you?
Well, I've been having this was my year of having 5 competitions.
Mhm.
And I was supposed to have one last month and it got canceled when all of this went down. And I was kind of upset because this was my year. I had 3 solos and I was going to be, because last year I was in the overalls and I really wanted to do that again and get 3rd place or something, be in the up top.
Yeah.
So I was kind of upset for that, and life's been kind of nerve-wracking because I've been used to having my own schedule. So I usually have school at home and then usually do chores around the house and then go to dance.
Yeah.
And now I don't have dance. I can't go to church very much,
Mhm.
but I mean, can't really see my friends on the weekends,
Right.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? How are you kind of feeling and dealing with all of this?
It's not that bad, because at school, homeschool is you're oh, it's better because I'll have to go, but you're kind of sad at the same time because you can't see your friends and you can't do all the same stuff you could do. And when you think about while you're actually home, it kind of gets you worrisome because of all the stuff going on. You're I don't want to get sick. I don't want to die.
And kind of how do y'all feel, because we don't know when this is actually going to end. We're hoping soon. But how does that kind of make you feel that this might get extended even further?
I don't know. I'm fine with the school, at home stuff, because I like doing work in pajamas and stuff. But
Amen.
but it kind of scares me about what the summer is gonna look like and next
Yeah.
year, because all the START tests is canceled and stuff, and so we don't really know how next year is also gonna look like, and yeah, so I'm kind of scared about that.
It makes sense.
Also, we have a bunch of time on our hands and we don't know what to do with that time, and
Yeah.
the good thing is that we can go through the Bible, since we have never had enough time to do it when we did have the schedule, and now we have a bunch of time on our hands and now we can do it, so
Yeah, that's actually a perfect segue, Charity, into what
yeah.
Sean had down here was about, whose voice are you listening to during this time?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how news you watched or anything. I never really watched the news, I'll be honest. I'll usually find news out on my iPhone or something on the news tab. But You're right. During this time, like, you have to just sit there and really you have to, like, it's forcing you to think about things that maybe you never have before. And, okay, what do I do now? And we could have made the excuse, when it comes to reading the Bible, or, oh, I
Yeah.
just don't have time. I don't have time to do this, right? Well, now you can't say that excuse, like,
Yeah.
is that how are we using the time that God has given us? In Ephesians, it says, making the best use of our time because the days are evil. And so you're right, Charity. So we have time to do things maybe we didn't make time for, we should have, or we have to think about
Yeah.
things that we haven't done. So, um, Sean, did you want to piggyback off that at all? It kind
Well, I
of,
was going to say, yeah, there's so many voices out there that are telling us different things, and it's kind of like, how do we determine who we should listen to with those news? It just depends on who's telling the news about what you hear, and it's very much like you said. We need to look in the scriptures because we need to know who is telling us the truth, and God always does. That's why always scripture's always the first place to go, and then we follow the leaders who are kind of giving us the information, and we know they are true followers of God because they follow what scriptures say. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to know what to do next, but we also have things we need to do while we have all this extra time.
yeah.
And that's kind of where we'll go next, is what to do during quarantine. Some things to do. So Kyle read an article where he was talking about there are 5 basic components when it comes to self-care when you're all by yourself, when you're having to be isolated like this. So we'll kind of go through them one at a time. You all tell me kind of how you're doing with those, and see what we got on it. So first off, the first number 1 is sleeping well. Getting plenty of sleep. People can use this as an example to play video games all night because I got nowhere to be tomorrow, and then you sleep poorly afterwards. So how is everybody doing on sleep? Right? Is everybody actually getting into like a regular sleeping rhythm?
So
Count naps, by the way. Naps don't count.
last night, I on school nights, I go to sleep early, which really isn't early. I fell asleep at 2:30, and I woke up at 11, and so I started school at 11, which is kind of good because I can just sleep in,
Yeah.
but I don't get a lot done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never do my schoolwork in the morning. I always wait until the afternoon to do it.
Yeah, me too. I really like doing it in the morning. I like taking my time. Yeah.
Right. I agree. Me too. Absolutely.
Well, let's see. Resident expert here when it comes to sleep. Ideally, your body does have a natural rhythm of when it wants to sleep and when it doesn't. And when you don't go to sleep like you should, if you stay up till 2:30, not naming names, but it throws your body off. So that's why you wake up at 11 o'clock and still feel tired, and you just don't want to do stuff throughout the day.
Yeah.
Really, a good time is I'm not saying go to bed at 7 and you're not little kids, but a good time. I personally I go to sleep each night, and that's one thing with this surgery. I'm sleeping much better, but I go to bed 10 o'clock, and then my brother comes and wakes me up at 8 o'clock so we can get things started. He kind of helps me get going through the day.
That's a good.
But it also helps me have plenty of energy throughout the day when you sleep well. So
That's awesome.
and by the way, Kyle, you didn't answer about your sleep. I know you have a baby and all, but
yeah, I'm falling asleep around. Usually we finally got River into a rhythm, and then last night I put her down, and she looked at me, cooed a little bit, and then I was like, "You're so cute." And then so then she goes silent, and I'm like, "Oh, sweet."
Oh.
So I walk out. I walk out into the living room. I look at Ashley, and I go, "Too easy." 5 minutes later, she starts screaming. And I'm like,
because she heard you.
yeah, she heard me. She's like, "Too easy, Dad. Let's see what you think about it."
You.
So I'm sleeping from maybe midnight to 7 or 8 a.m. probably, on and off. So it's okay. It's definitely not like what I used to. I used to sleep like Will. Yeah,
He would. He'd stay up all night. He's a night owl.
yeah. I'd build like a 2,000 piece Lego set till 2 in the morning, and then I'd fall asleep and then wake up and you know watch TV or something. But yeah, times are changed. Everybody's different though. Everybody's different. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's nice that y'all. It's cool that you guys can like do schoolwork kind of whenever, as long as you get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the ultimate goal. But school helps us establish rhythms, which help with our mental health and everything. So it
Mhm.
sometimes kind of throws us off a little bit. But let's move on to the second key for basic self-care when it comes to being in quarantine, shelter in place, not being around a lot of people, is eating well. Now I'm really
Mhm.
bad at that. Really bad at that. If I could go to one time, I went to Whataburger 3 times in one day. I went for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was
Yeah.
horrible. And I mean, I look back and that's like a trophy that I won on my shelf, but it just did not feel good. Um, but are you guys eating a lot at your home with your families? You guys going out to eat a little bit? Kind of
Well, ordering food to eat, but
what's your family doing? Like, I'm trying to go to like Walmart, do the Walmart pickup, and they give me every single thing I ask for, but like meat. So I have to like get out to go look for that. What are your parents doing? What are y'all doing? What's that look like in your home?
Well, like in our kitchen, there's like big bags of groceries that we have, like pasta and like chips and salsa and stuff. And I asked my dad to like get queso and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have stacks of food, and some like yesterday my mom and I got Uber and we wanted some dumplings and stuff, so we got Uber, but we try not to like do that because we have a bunch of food already because my dad was prepared
Yeah.
apparently. So yeah.
Of course. Are
For
you surprised, Sean?
me,
no, not at all. All right, who's
we
next?
like usually don't go out because like my grandma like makes food or like my dad,
Yeah, didn't you say she was a
but
good
like yeah, she is. So she usually makes us food. But I mean, if we don't, then we just like go to like Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We didn't really like do what Charity did and like get like a bunch of food. It's kind of
Stock
just like
up.
the usual.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
we've made a thing where we order the Walmart thing once a week and then we just go pick it up. But my mom usually makes dinner for us, and we like on breakfast and lunch we're sort of on our own just to find food and eat it.
Yeah.
But she usually makes us dinner and stuff.
So what's your go-to breakfast, Rhoda? Like honey buns or something?
We actually don't. We
Cereal?
don't have that
Listen.
kind of breakfast stuff. Like we just have like cereal and like we have eggs, and I usually eat cereal and sometimes I make some eggs.
Have you,
Those are
have
all fixed
you
eggs.
been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you been
You know.
baking a lot, Rhoda?
Huh?
Have you been baking a lot?
Actually, no. I'm actually gonna make a cake tomorrow, and I'm gonna make cupcakes for Easter. But
Nice.
There you go.
Good deal.
Tyler, how about your meals?
Sort of like Lotus, like breakfast, I just have like Eggos or like waffles or something. And lunch, I just like eat leftovers probably. And then for
Mhm.
dinner, my dad usually like makes something.
I love Eggos. Eggo night.
That's not good.
So your dad will cook and stuff?
Yeah, my dad's like, my dad cooks more and my mom bakes more.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Good deal. What about you, Sean? What's your eating look like? I know it's changed since your surgery.
It has, and that's because of my heart, I have to do a little lower sodium stuff. My brother's been good about that. So about once a week, he goes and makes a grocery run to Kroger. We have a Kroger near us that's usually pretty well stocked.
Mhm.
He'll pick up some stuff for the week. Breakfast is usually either cereal, these little egg things, little circle things he's found, or Jimmy Dean makes a little cup that comes with an egg in it, and it's turkey sausage. I know you're not big on turkey stuff, but it has some other stuff in there too, and I'll throw a little Cholula in. And then usually at least once every other day or so, we'll order something through Grubhub or DoorDash. Usually we try to do very healthy unless, something's like I've had a good day. We keep my sodium down. I can have a little more stuff. But there was one day where I had a good day and I begged him and he said yes. And I got Whataburger.
Nice.
Nice.
But he only let me have a small fry. But, still, I got the Whataburger. So, because I was craving Whataburger.
Hey, are you talking about,
Whataburger is great.
Huh?
are you talking about me?
No.
I was making a
I
joke.
would say this. As far as the
I
meals
used to get
go,
that all the time when I was growing up. People call me small fry. I'm like,
no, the sodium, the amount of sodium, I wasn't allowed to have a medium to 2 minute sodium. I had to have
funny.
small fries. So,
Literally
Um,
everyone at the dance studio calls me small fry. It's annoying.
There's this guy told me I was built like a French fry at my school once.
what?
Remember that? That was so funny. You
Wow.
told me
Like a
Hilarious.
Rob's French fry and McDonald's French
I
fry.
don't-
French fry.
I don't
What?
know. But I was trying so hard not to laugh.
That's awesome.
But what we're trying to say here, it is important to keep eating 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Always don't skip a meal. I used to skip breakfast a bunch
yeah, me too.
for all this. But yeah, I mean, eat 3 healthy meals, especially if you're going to be quarantined. Eating healthy is kind of important because we're not getting out as much.
right.
Which kind of leads into the next step of kind of self-care, which is exercise.
Ooh.
Getting out,
yeah.
doing something active. So what are y'all doing that's exercise?
Oh, okay.
Not video
So
gaming.
Yeah, video games don't count unless you're like
no,
on the Wii.
no,
They're active.
no.
Dang.
Gotta work more than
Sounds
these,
an
bud.
exercise.
I got this like skateboard thing. What's it called? Like a penny board. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been riding it around my town, and which is pretty fun. But we gotta wear the mask so I don't get corona. And I've been playing basketball and stuff.
I have to work when I go out too, trust me.
I'm doing like 2 runs a week, and my health teacher usually posts workouts that we have to do by the end of the week. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
staying pretty active, so it's okay.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tyler, what are you doing? Charity?
Oh.
I know. I called both y'all's names. Sorry.
I
It's okay.
take the dog on walks, and my gym teacher posts like things you have to do, like a fitness log.
Yeah.
And we have to like write down minutes, and they have to equal up to an hour. So that's fun.
An hour
And an hour is
per day?
per day.
Ooh.
It's good.
I don't do all 60 minutes. I just do like 50.
You short it.
You're such a liar. Just kidding.
Charity, what about you?
Yeah, what are you doing, Charity?
Well,
Are you able to
I've been
dance?
taking some
Are you able to,
online
like, dance in the
classes.
bedroom?
Wait, what'd you say, Kyle? I can't hear you.
So are you able to like dance in your bedroom?
I mean, I do have a bar and everything, but I've been taking some online classes. We've been playing dance bingo, which is like you do 3 squares a day, and you have to do like 60 crunches, stretch for 20 minutes,
Oh, that's cool.
take your dog for a walk.
I can
And
do that.
Okay.
I finished it last week, and that was
like,
fun.
no, not cool. Sorry. I'll make fun of Tyler. Very good.
Since I have a bunch of time on my hands, I've been able to like work on my flexibility, like my technique, my strength, all that stuff, and I've been able to like stretch more. Watch TV and stretching, yep.
Yeah, stretching can get boring if there's not something to watch or something.
Yeah, exactly. I have to get something like off of my mind from the pain, so I just have to like turn on the TV or something. But my dog is annoying, and he tries to like serve me a lot and like just gets in my face when I'm like doing yoga and stuff. So
Dude, same. I can relate to that.
Kyle, what are you doing exercise-wise?
So I'm doing some pull-ups, try to do pull-ups every day. I have one of those bars in on like my doorway in my hallway.
Mhm.
So I put River on this little big thing on my stomach, like a weight vest almost. And I do pull-ups every day with her. I try to. And then I go for a run about a couple times a week. So not very long, just a short one. So but I think like I'm like whatever these are, my glands, what are these in my neck? Whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, like they've been really tender the last couple days, so I don't know if what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to call the doctor, so I may not run for a while, but I'm gonna because it doesn't hurt, but it's tender, so I'll
Yeah.
probably have to tell a doctor. But what about you,
Did
There
you
you
Sean?
go.
pull like a muscle? Because if you like kind of like I don't know, like my mom
It's
had the
interesting
same.
you said that because Ashley told me that too. That sometimes you strain your neck area a little bit. I think I might have done that. But so I may give it a few days and then call the doctor. But right now it's just tender. It doesn't hurt, but it's just tender. What about you, Sean? What are you doing?
Well, until yesterday, most of my exercise apps here in my apartment, going from the kitchen to the balcony and the back and forth a bunch of times.
Okay.
A couple of times Reagan was able to take me. He was working up at Watermark, and there's nobody there. They're closed. So he went up and did some work, and we just walked the building. But yesterday I started my cardio rehab. So yesterday was 20 minutes on a treadmill. Sorry, they're doing workout outside my window here. And then like 15 minutes on a bike.
Okay.
So I'll do that 3 times a week, and I'm going to go walking for 20 minutes later today. So that's kind of what I'm doing exercise-wise. It's keeping me moving, keeping me active, which is important because physical health helps mental as well.
Right. Do you still have to have that like little
I do wear a vest. It's called a life vest. I still have to wear that. It's one thing I've heard.
what about the blue?
Essentially, it's a harness that sends on, monitors my heart, and it has a defibrillator. So if my heart goes out of rhythm and I pass out, it will actually shock me, wake me back up. But it's powered by this, and I have to carry this around all the time. And it's about a pound. So, yeah, I still wear that when I'm doing exercises.
Okay. Well, so all of us are trying to be creative when it comes to exercise. It's all different and different. All of us have different things that we're doing for different times of the day and things that we're passionate about and like doing. And so the fourth out of the fifth way to practice basic health for our bodies and our minds is being creative. And so what are some ways that you guys have been creative throughout the last couple of weeks when it comes to being at home?
And new ways to beat a video game level doesn't count as creative either, Will.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I think it is. I think it is creative. I mean,
What?
so what are some things that you've done to be more creative and stuff? For me, I'll start off to give you guys an example.
There you
So,
go.
of course, I'm a little bit different than you guys, but Ashley has these ideas for certain things in the house, and so I spent a couple of days painting. So that's pretty much all that I've done. That's been super creative. So what about you guys? Is there anything that you've done that's helped you be creative during this time?
I have been painting too on canvases,
Ooh.
and I've been making bracelets a lot.
Oh, cool. Hey, make me a
And-
bracelet.
All right, I already made Sam like 10 bracelets. So.
Okay. Yeah, make me a bracelet.
All right,
Yeah, me too.
What are our color choices?
all of them. I have every color.
Hey, I want one too, please.
Yep, friendship bracelets.
Tyler, you can make him whatever color you want. He won't be able to tell.
True. I'm colorblind. Why
I'll
do
make you
think
pink,
I'm
Kyle.
Sorry.
colorblind? Okay. Cool. Well,
Who else? What else? Creative?
Oh. So I have like a keyboard, and I've been trying to like play it more and like learn more about it and like learn songs to play and stuff. So that was pretty fun.
Cool. Nice, dude.
We have been painting our house, like just the rooms, because we don't like the brown color that it is. And so we are doing almost all the rooms, and so our room, mine and Mayla's room, and the bathroom is last to go. And yeah.
What color? What
And
color do you painted it?
it's this like stormy, well, pretty light grayish.
Mhm.
It looks really good with the floors and stuff. So.
Yeah, y'all got new floors in your house. Cool.
Mhm.
What about you, Charity? How have you been creative?
Well, I've been redoing my room for the
Okay.
past few days. I got to rearrange it a little bit. We might be painting it in a couple of days.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I always like rearranging things. After a while, it gets kind of old, and you're like, all right, I want to change up the look. It's a great time for it.
I've been like wanting to do more things around the house because I'm bored a lot. So I've
Mhm.
been like
Yeah, me too.
doing rooms and stuff. So
Okay, good deal. What about you, Sean? How have you been creative?
Well, I've done some Lego sets that I was given while I was in the hospital. I've been coloring. I've got a color books that I was doing in the hospital too.
You are
doing
really,
like writing
you are a
scripts
really good color. I have to say
I
that.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Brandon Snyder got me a Jason Momoa coloring book.
Yeah, the guy that
With Aquaman. And it's nothing but Jason Momoa himself doing stuff. Like
he's
mowing his yard.
Aquaman,
It's not Aquaman, it's just Momoa.
That's so weird.
But also been working on it is, but it was great. But also been working on podcasts here too, and doing a few things around the house. So
nice.
like you can see, I picked up fruits for my background.
Oh, I've also been starting to write my own song. So that's pretty cool.
Are you playing guitar too, or just?
No, I'm either doing it on my ukulele or on the piano.
Okay, so you know how you kind of wanted the sound and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I have another thing that I did. I've been creating TikTok dances. So my friend Cadence, she had to like make her own TikTok dance, and I just like, no, Kyle, no.
I agree. No.
I've been like recreating them and like like Renegade or like Say So or any like TikTok sound, and I've been like recreating them in like a dancer version.
Okay. That's pretty neat.
Will is relating so much right now.
What'd you say?
Will is relating so much right now.
I figured.
You just started laughing in the middle of nowhere.
He's just like laughing.
Tyler, you make like 40 TikToks a day.
I have nothing better.
That's what you do whenever you're bored.
Dude, I got Brennan.
I'm not that bored yet.
I know Brennan Haney makes a lot of TikToks.
Yes, he does.
The other day he was like, "You want to be in my TikTok?" I was like, "You want me in your?"
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
My teacher made her own TikTok account and she did her first dance. It was not very good.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's why I'm not gonna get one.
My
Mine
mom
would be so boring right now.
That's awesome, man. I love it. Well, okay. Well, our
I'll
last.
do our fifth.
Yeah. What's our last one?
Our fifth one is to help us, remain kind of keep ourselves sane, take care of ourselves, is connecting with God. So how are you connecting with God while this is kind of going on? We talk about finding time now for your Bible studies. So kind of what have you been doing? I'll start too. I'll start the last one. One, I watched the Sunday morning videos or sermons. My parents were coming over here and watching it too, but we said no, stay at home, we're good. But also the Thursday devos that Kyle's been doing. I love seeing those, getting to see people. We've also been doing a Bible study with Kyle and Brandon. Will's been part of it. Where we're doing a daily Bible study and then commenting and things like that. So, and just kind of doing daily readings too. So what have y'all been doing?
Well, yeah.
The Bible study that you were talking about, like just getting up and like getting refreshed. with that and just reading whichever like verse or chapter that we have to, and then commenting, and then just like the online church. It's actually really nice because I can just like sleep in. And, like it's like online, so it's just like all of just our family, which is like different, but I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Church energy.
I'm making.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going. I'm reading my way through the Gospels, and so I'm on like the 8th chapter of Matthew, and I've been doing the devos on the Bible app, and watching the Sunday services. So.
Is it interesting watching your dad?
Mhm. Yeah. Whenever he was singing on Sunday, he just made a weird face, and then we all started busting out laughing. It's kind of strange, but
All right. Who's next?
I'll go next. So how I've been painting, like I've been writing like Bible verses on the page, like that, and on the Bible app, I have 5 different lessons,
Nice.
and one of them is with Rhoda and Cherry. It's like the whole Bible in less than a year. It's like you read like 5 verses a day on the thing, and then you
it's
just
like,
have to write a comment about what's it about.
yeah, it's like 340 days out of the year that we're doing it.
Yeah, less than a year.
Nice. That's pretty cool. That's ambitious.
And like the 3 of us have been like doing a bunch of like devotionals together. We have like
Mhm.
probably like 4 plans together. We have a lot
Yeah.
of devotionals.
It's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of big plans on there. You read one and you're like, oh, but I want to do this one too.
Yeah.
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 Good deal.
Can't have enough.
Well, for me, let's see. I'm reading through Ezekiel right now. I was going to I'm trying to work through the Bible, and then I'm doing a plan with Will and Sean and a couple of the middle school guys. And I'm also doing a plan with Cameron Wing. He's a sophomore, junior.
Yeah.
So I've been doing
Junior. Sophomore.
So yeah. So that's kind of what I've been up to. And then reading books. Been reading a couple books on. I've been reading our camp theme for Bog, which crossing our fingers that it happens.
Yes, I hope it does.
I've been reading the theme for this, and then I'm walking through This Momentary Marriage with a couple after our premarital counseling. So just been trying to get my mind around some of those things. So that's kind of what I've been doing, Sean.
There we go.
Yeah.
So those are the 5 things that Kyle came up with that they found were for self-care ideas that kind of keep us sane as we go through this. As somebody who's been doing this longer than everybody else, there are 3 other things I would recommend. Just fun, to kind of help keep you going through this quarantine. One is enjoy your time with your family. Okay, well, all of you are kind of at home with family. No, people can get on your nerves, but trust me, enjoying your time with family is important. There are actually people out there, people we know, that are at home by themselves and have nobody unless they do this stuff. So this is the time for you to kind of get closer with your family, get to know some people better, and show each other a little more love than you have in the past. Also, stay in contact with your friends. Things like Zoom here, Facebook, texting. That's important too, to keep contact with people. Don't go a day without talking to somebody somewhere. It's not good for us to be alone, isolated like this. And with technology, we don't have to be. We can text each other. We can, like I said, do Zoom meetings, Bible studies. All of that are ways for us to stay connected. The third thing, one that's been especially important to me, when we have today where it's nice and sunny outside, go enjoy some sunlight. It's a proven fact. Sunlight helps people's moods. Vitamin D is good for attitude and moods, and it helps get the body going. And just getting outside, it means you're not in your house. It feels a little better. Trust me, a lot of times that's all I get to do in a day is just go out to my balcony but that's better than sitting inside all day doing nothing, watching TV, playing video games. I'm getting out there. I enjoy something. I take a drink out there, like my little drink here, play some music or a podcast or something, and just enjoy the sunlight. Those are 3 things that I've found that help out too. And just remember that none of us are alone. We're all having to go through this together. There are ways to contact and reach out to people if you are feeling alone, if you are feeling isolated. Text a friend, email a friend, Facebook posts, DM people. Do things to help reach out and remember you're not alone. We're all going through this together.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, Jesus talks about that, right? He's about to leave his disciples, and he says, "Behold, I'm with you always to the end of the age." And
Exactly.
I wanted to finish with before we do dumb things, right, Sean? Is that next?
Yep.
So
That's
before we get
next.
to dumb things, I want to read John 16:33. Jesus tells his disciples, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. And in the world you will have trouble and suffering, but take courage, I have conquered the world." So I pray, guys, that we don't live in fear, but that we trust God and what he's doing, and that we look back on this time and say, hey, God really used this time to help me grow in my relationship with him and grow in my relationship with others. Everything that you guys are doing is so cool. Thank you guys for sharing your heart and kind of what's been going on in your life lately. I pray a lot of other students can relate, and it's always fun when we get to be with y'all. So I miss seeing you guys. So we're gonna do this dumb things, which is I draw this question out of this. What is this called, Sean?
The Dumb Things Cup. I don't know. It's Triwizard's Cup from Harry Potter.
Wizard's Cup from Harry Potter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in this we have questions, and that's how we end our podcast every time we do it.
Some of them y'all wrote. Some I found elsewhere.
So they're questions, and it's just maybe a dumb question, something funny, and every one of us will answer the question that I draw. Okay. And you'll get like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, Sean.
Something to think about. Yeah. Something to think about. Shaking it up.
I know, I'm
Oh, you
scared.
got my hand in there.
Most people are. None of them that bad.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me read what it is real quick, if I can open it.
They're,
Are they stuck together?
Yes, because they were sticky pads.
Ah.
There you go. That way nobody can see them. That's what Matt's always complaining about.
Okay. So our one question is this. Actually, I'm going to change it a little bit, Sean.
Okay. Go ahead.
What was the worst book that you have ever read?
I can answer that one right off the top of my back. Go ahead. Easy enough. There it is. You can't see that.
What was the worst book you've ever read?
My answer is, I'll answer so we can start thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
Great Expectations by Charles Dickens.
Okay.
It is boring. I did it in summer school with a bunch of honor level students, and we were told to act out a scene. We all picked the same scene, which is a scene where an old lady who walks around in her wedding dress that she never got married in and has a moldy old cape, catches fire, and then rolls around. That's what we all acted out because it was the most interesting part of that stinking book. So Great Expectations, not a great book.
Worst book I've ever read.
Somebody else while Kyle's thinking? Can't say a book of the Bible, by the way. That'd be bad.
Dang.
Really look good on your reputation.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, you've all at least read something.
Should I do another one?
I mean,
No, we're
Yeah.
good.
No, I don't know one.
I mean, I have one, but it's mostly sad, and that's why I don't like it.
Well, okay, what is it?
Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank.
Okay.
I really didn't like that book because it made me sad. So.
Okay, that's a legitimate answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no book that you've never enjoyed reading, or made you sad, or.
I usually don't finish them, so I throw them away or.
Okay, in your case, which one finished? Kyle, in your case, which one did you read
You
the
don't do
least
that
amount of?
Bible, do you? You don't just stop reading it and throw it away.
Dang.
Which one, Kyle, did you read the least amount of?
Of what?
Of a book.
Of a
Go with
book?
that one. Yeah, you said you don't finish them. Which one did you finish the least amount? We'll just go with that one. It's still on its shelf.
Oh.
Huh.
While he's looking, we have dead air. So, Will, what about you? Dancing Will?
So honestly, I'm not gonna cap. Honestly, don't read.
I had to have read something. Even I had to read stuff for school.
I mean,
have
like,
one.
I have, but like, I don't remember any of them. Actually, wait. Forgot the name of the book.
Describe it. Maybe we've heard of it. Maybe we know it.
This like small town. Like, it's like weird though. Like, they have to like, these people like choose their jobs and stuff. And and then the guy, he gets the receiver of memories.
What?
What in the
Called?
Um,
The Giver.
That's the name of the
Oh
book?
my gosh.
Giver, okay.
Yeah, The Giver. And
Okay,
it
I
was
have
the
one.
weirdest book I've ever read in my life. It was so weird.
All right, Tyler Rhoda.
Mine is I don't really have a horrible book. It's just like whatever mood I'm in, I just like don't want to read it. But there is this one book where it's called Scat, and and it's like multiple books or something, and and I like read it. I read like the first few chapters. It was really good, but I just didn't like it anymore.
Ooh, I got mine.
Okay.
So the original question that I altered was the worst book you've ever read in school, your least favorite.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
I would probably have to say The Grapes of Wrath.
Heard of that one.
I had to read that in English one time, and I don't remember anything that happened.
It's not about grapes. A lot of wrath, I think. All right. Tyler.
Okay, in fourth grade, I had to do like a book report, and I just went to the library and picked a random book, and it was the most boring book I've ever read. So
What was it called? Do you remember?
I don't remember what it's called, but it was some like little princess girl who claimed she was a country girl, and it was so
That's
Well, there we go.
cliche.
Wow,
I don't know.
it sounds
There
like
you go.
a
That's good.
Barbie movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it was.
Exactly like that. Like a corny Barbie's
Like,
movie. They literally make it
Yeah.
like weird. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's our dumb thing then.
Nothing.
That's our dumb thing. We've all said that we didn't like, and yeah, there we go. Now we kind of know how everybody's reading goes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you guys for answering all those questions.
Yes, we appreciate it.
We also want to thank you guys for joining us on our podcast today. Will, Charity, Tyler, Rhoda, thank you so much for agreeing to come on and even be videoed. That is huge. So it's also really good to see you guys. I'm
Yes.
happy you guys are doing well.
And
Yeah.
just for everybody out there, you want to follow us on Instagram, it's NL Students, all one word, podcast. And then on the Facebook group, it's New Liberty Student Podcast. Follow us, like us. We are still, because this aired, Kyle, before the 11th, right? This is going to be coming up this week.
Mhm.
So we hope so. So if this does air before the 11th, which is Saturday after Good Friday, but before Easter, we are still running our 1,000th listen thank you contest.
Yeah.
Go to one of our pictures on there and just comment. You don't have to just like it. Comment either your favorite episode, your favorite question, your favorite moment, your favorite dumb thing, or give us an idea for future episodes. That gets you into the drawing, 1 entry per person. We will draw that eventually here and have some prizes for somebody. But follow us and tell your friends, share, like. So.
And subscribe.
Hmm.
There we go.
Subscribe.
All righty. Well, Charity, Will, Rhoda, and Tyler, thank you guys for joining us.
Did it.
Welcome.
Awesome. All right. We hope to see you guys soon. And I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode, Sean.
There you go. Everybody take care of yourself
All
and
right.
each other. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.